This guy is catching a lot of flack, okay, for what he charged per hour. Now, this is his own personal rate, okay? This is not a shop rate. I think he's a mobile mechanic of some sort. But anyway, his customers is crying over his prices. Now, if you look at this comment in his video, all right, it looks like he charged roughly $150 an hour. That's his personal price, all right? Mobile to mobile, $150 per hour. Now, that's similar to mine, okay? I charge $100 an hour. Yes, okay? Now, get a load of his excuse why he think he should charge that much, all right? First of all, it's all about the area, okay? The area you work in. If you living in a predominantly rich area, okay, yeah, the economy is booming and everything like that, then yeah, you can get away with that. But if you go off into some of these suburban areas, some of these, dark areas, you probably won't be able to pull that off. So I'm guessing he's in the rich side of town, all right, so he can justify that. Now, the customers don't understand that. Why are you charging $150 an hour? I can just go to the shop and pay $250. That's usually the going rate at most dealers. In fact, he bring that up in his video. In fact, I'm talking too much. Let's listen to his reasoning why he's able to pull that off. Okay, he brought up the fact that you're getting dealer level type work. Okay, yeah, you dealing with a dealer. He obviously work at a dealer. So let me say it like this. He's obviously well trained. Okay, if you was to go to his dealership, you would be dealing with the same person. You just would be paying the dealer rate of $250 to $300 an hour, as opposed to his personal $150. And you're getting the same quality of work. Okay, again, let's listen to what he have to say.
I want you guys to read this comment right here. Posted this yesterday about that I'll be open and my labor rate on there. My labor rate's $150 an hour. For comparison, let me show you and read out to you what dealers are in my area around me. Now, I live in Napa, California, and rates here are really expensive at a dealer. I'm not comparing myself to shops. I'm comparing myself to the dealer because I give dealer level work. I do the same work and provide the same parts that a dealer would. So let me go ahead and go over this with you real quick, okay? Napa, California. The dealer's called Kastner Honda. $275 an hour. Damn. Next town over, next to me is Fairfield. Let's do Fairfield, which is called Steve Hopkins. $225 for Honda, $250 for Acura. Down the street from Fairfield, a little bit up north, is Vacaville Honda, which is at $230 an hour. To the west of Napa, it's Santa Rosa Manly, which is $260 an hour. If we go about like 10-15 minutes south of Napa, we have Honda Vallejo, which is $250 an hour. We go a little bit more south and we have El Cerrito, which is $285 an hour. Now this is one where it gets interesting, all right? This is San Francisco Honda right here. Apparently they have two different prices for their Honda and Acura store, but for their Honda, San Francisco Honda is $275. For their Acura, pre-2014, $445. I could have that wrong. Post or newer than 2015, $550 an hour. I could have got that wrong by a couple of dollars. So go ahead and correct me for $10, $20 that I got that wrong. Ooh. That's still a lot of money. So yeah, compared to what I'm charging to my current dealer labor rates, $150, I'd say that's more than reasonable.
Yes, it's quite reasonable compared to the surrounding area. Now, again, guys, you're welcome to charge what you want to, but you need to explain, especially when customers want an explanation as to why you're charging what you're charging. If you dealer trained and dealer qualified, you're not going to be able to, you shouldn't even try to match the dealer's rate. Okay. I typically go half. For instance, like I say, I charge $100 per hour. So if I do an oil cooler for you, that is typically a 3-hour job. With me, you're going to be out of $300. All right. A typical oil cooler, $300. So that total job going to run you $600. Now, take that math and go to a shop, not even a dealer, a shop, and see how much more you will be paying. I mean, I ain't talking about a dealer. A dealer is between $220 and $250 now. Let's round it off to $250. $250 times 3, $750, okay? Compared to my $100 an hour, which is $300. And you add on the part, that $750 plus $300, it ain't even $300 at the dealer. It's probably going to be more because they're going to mark it up. Sure, they can purchase it for $300, all right? Yeah, but after they get through marking it up, you're going to be out of $1,200 to $1,500 for such a job. So I get why he's frustrated. Okay, people seem to think people just want free stuff. People don't want to pay for nothing. All right, it don't matter. Let me say this before I go. It don't matter how much discount you give a customer. If you work on their car, you do something wrong, or they don't feel comfortable about something, they're gonna come back raising hell. It don't matter if you just gave them 50% off. They still gonna raise hell by the smallest of things. So you might as well try to get what you can get. Charge your regular rate. All right, because giving a discount does nothing to some customers. They don't care. I gave you half off, but I hear a noise. I don't care. I want that noise fixed for free. They're not gonna care. It's crazy out there, man. So y'all be careful out there if y'all doing side work. That's all I gotta say. I gotta go.